Close on the heels of the launch of the OnePlus 8 Pro in India, Oppo has also finally taken the wraps off of its Find X2 Pro flagship in our country. Now this smartphone I've been using for a while, and I must say, Oppo, you have me sold. Now, I think that this flagship smartphone deserves a lot of attention and love. Allow me to explain why. Hi, I'm Ishar from Mr. Phone, and let's get down to our full in-depth review of the newly launched Oppo Find X2 Pro. But before we move on, don't forget to hit that red subscribe button and the bell icon right next to it to get notified whenever Mr. Phone puts out an awesome new tech video. Also, we're building communities over at Telegram and Instagram, links to which should be in the description below. And you know what, if you guys want to win a OnePlus 8 or an iQOO 3, we have a giveaway going on right now. A card should pop up just about now. Let's quickly take a look at what you get inside the box of the Find X2 Pro. There is a lot of stuff that you find inside. Find, no pun intended. Well, let's get down to the unboxing. First things first, I am slightly disappointed that the orange vegan leather variant is not coming to India. Anyway, the Find X2 Pro, even in this ceramic black variant, is quite a looker. Especially when you look at it up close, you will see a pattern on the rear now. This is some sort of new micro etching on the ceramic display to improve the grip and reduce fingerprints. And you know what? It does exactly that. Furthermore, a vertical camera module that sits on the top left corner of the rear juts out a lot, and the table wobble can be excessive. Table wobble, table wobble, table wobble. Say that 15 times without stammering. Okay, bad jokes aside, the ceramic back blends into the metal frame that further supports the Corning Gorilla Glass 6 enforced front. This metal frame also houses the power button on the right and the volume rocker on the left. Both are incredibly tactile. I also like the slightly whimsical nature of the power button, which has a green insert. You get a standard USB Type-C port at the bottom and a dual SIM card tray and a single speaker grill, which doubles up with the earpiece on the top for a stereo speaker setup. Now, the Find X2 Pro is on the heavier side, but the weight is distributed really well. Never once did I feel that it would topple out of my hand. It is a big phone, no doubt, and you will feel it weighing you down. But most Snapdragon 865 phones make you feel like that anyway, so we can't really complain now. Moreover, you get IP68 protection as well, which makes it properly waterproof. Good job, Oppo. One look at the display specs and you know that Oppo and OnePlus are sharing parts and manufacturing processes. It has a slightly smaller 6.7-inch panel compared to the 6.78-inch one on the OnePlus 8 Pro, but other features are the same. This is an AMOLED panel with support for 120Hz refresh rate and HDR10+. It has a JNCD, or just noticeable color difference, of 0.4, which is the same as the OnePlus 8 Pro. The color accuracy of both the Find X2 Pro and the OnePlus 8 Pro in the DCI-P3 mode is actually setting new standards in smartphone display tech. Plus, these panels are as vibrant, if not more, than the Galaxy S series in the Vivid mode. Also, these phones can actually run at 120Hz refresh rate at QHD plus resolution, which the S20 series cannot. Moreover, I checked the Find X2 Pro and OnePlus 8 Pro's display side by side to see if one was brighter than the other, and I couldn't tell any difference with my naked eyes. In fact, even the Find X2 Pro comes with the option to toggle MEMC/motion interpolation on or off, but it is buried inside the OSIE settings. Plus, initially I didn't think you could do more than 60 FPS of interpolation, considering I saw a toggle there. Little did I know that you could actually tap into that video motion enhancement setting and increase it to 120 FPS. I'm sorry, but whoever designed this page in the settings app deserves to go back to design class. By the way, motion interpolation on the Find X2 Pro works only at FHD plus resolution. To be honest, it doesn't matter. Please just switch it off. No one needs that janky soap opera effect ruining your movie watching experience. As for the in-display fingerprint scanner attached to the Find X2 Pro's gorgeous display, it is plenty fast at unlocking the phone. You can change the animations and sound in the settings. Furthermore, the touch substrate offers a 240Hz refresh rate. Essentially, your finger just glides on the smooth panel with no friction. It is a surreal experience. I had a similar experience with the OnePlus 8 Pro. Now I need to talk about the haptic feedback on the Find X2 Pro. Oppo has actually used the largest X-axis vibrating motor on an Android phone. You get such precise touch feedback, it is right up there with the Pixels and the Samsung Galaxies. The OnePlus 8 Pro loses out on this battle for sure. All said and done though, the Oppo Find X2 Pro has one of the best smartphone displays in the world, and if you're watching movies or if you're watching videos on Netflix, YouTube, Hotstar or Prime, or if you're playing games, you're gonna have the best experience that you can expect from a flagship smartphone today. The one thing that pleasantly shocked me about the X2 Pro is the ColorOS 7.1 skin that you get on top of Android 10. I mean, it has been visually improved and all, and we have a video for it as well, but most importantly, on the Find X2 Pro, you don't get any ads, pesky notifications from first-party apps, Mi 10, or bloatware either. I mean, there are apps such as Oppo Relax, but they're not necessarily intrusive or anything. Heck, Oppo doesn't even include its own app market, and therefore the hot apps and hot games pseudo folders are also gone. Plus, the default browser is actually Chrome and the default keyboard is Gboard. This is truly a unifying experience that is uncompromised and premium. I was completely taken aback. I really like ColorOS 7 and improvements made to it. It is much cleaner now with a nicer design language all along. But there are still some quirks that I don't understand. Why can't we swipe from both sides to display the notification is beyond me. Plus, Oppo could have given the option to change the icon packs at least. Anyway, in the long run, these cosmetic issues are inconsequential. What matters is a clean experience, and for the most part, ColorOS 7 delivers. The Oppo Find X2 Pro has a basic triple camera stack but with custom sensors and whatnot. So you get a 48 megapixel Sony IMX689 primary custom sensor, a 13 megapixel camera with an attached 129mm 5x telephoto lens, and finally a 48MP ultra wide angle camera. The main sensor and the ultra wide one are shared with the OnePlus 8 Pro as well. Where it distinguishes itself is the periscope lens, which actually, at least on paper, is more powerful than the S20 Ultra when it comes to optical zooming capabilities. Instead of the specs, I'll let the cameras do the talking, so let's get down to that. At 5x optical zoom, both the phones offer similar levels of details at close crop of that Ikigai book, but the S20 Ultra is a tad bit sharper. The color accuracy is better on the Find X2 Pro though. At 10x, I immediately saw a color change in the S20 Ultra. The disparity was jarring. Anyway, the hybrid zoom up to 10x on the S20 Ultra is definitely better. However, at 30x zoom, the Find X2 Pro is way better. And finally, at 60x zoom, I possibly won't use shots from either phone. Both are equally average. At closer zoom levels up to 10x, the S20 Ultra is sharper. Beyond that, the Find X2 Pro becomes better, at least until 30x. In the second sample, we're testing for details and colors. Here the Find X2 Pro not only gets the colors right, but the center and corner sharpness are just so much better. I mean, look at the details on the cushion or the top left and bottom left corners. It is so much crisper and cleaner on the Find X2 Pro. Increasingly, I'm turning into a fan of the Sony IMX689 sensor over the Samsung HM1 108MP sensor. When it comes to dynamic range performance, both the phones are equally good, but once again, the Find X2 Pro's crispy details where the sun shines through the window is just so much better. With big sensors and wide aperture, you get a shallower depth of field, so close-up subjects lose focus gradually, but Oppo has a neat workaround in the software which is similar to OnePlus, where the ultra-wide angle camera's macro mode gets switched on by the algorithm. It helps eliminate the close focus issue. Talking about the ultra-wide angle camera, the 48MP Find X2 Pro's cameras outputs at 12 megapixel pixel bin resolution and it is plenty crisp. But the S20 Ultra beats it with corner sharpness and a wider field of view. Take a look at the bottom right corner. In portrait shots, the details and edge detection are equally good on both the phones. However, the color processing is too warm on the Find X2 Pro and too red on the S20 Ultra. Anyway, since both are good enough, can't really pick a winner here. Now, when it comes to selfies, I expected the Oppo to put up much more of a fight here, but unfortunately, that wasn't the case. The selfies are crisper on the S20 Ultra and so is the dynamic range correction in overexposed backgrounds. Even the selfie portrait is more appealing on the S20 Ultra. Moving on to low light selfies, I think the S20 Ultra is so much better with the night mode and with flash on. So for selfie performance, I would pick the S20 Ultra for sure. Evaluating the low light performance, clearly the Oppo Find X2 Pro does something weird. When it isn't too bright, the Find X2 Pro takes a couple of extra seconds to make an image which is brighter. In fact, the night mode which exists here is just completely pointless. It adds a very heavy green cast and reduces the sharpness too. In comparison with the S20 Ultra, the Find X2 Pro is sharper even without the night mode on in many spots. It offers better low light sensitivity and reduces noise too. In the second image in utter darkness without night mode on, the Find X2 Pro is more sensitive to light. With night mode on, the green cast rears its ugly head, but that's a color temperature issue which can be fixed in post. The details and noise correction are slightly better than the S20 Ultra here. However, if you plan on using the flash, the S20 Ultra is better. I just shot a low light sample against the OnePlus 8 Pro and they're almost neck to neck with OnePlus's Nightscape mode turned on, which actually does a really good job. The IMX 689 is equally powerful on both. However, the Find X2 Pro has an edge with telephoto camera, so let's keep that in mind. The Find X2 Pro has no fancy 8K video recording option as such, but you can shoot up to 4K 60fps footage and it looks detailed, crisp and color accurate. The dynamic range is pretty good too. As for the extra stuff, I was particularly enamored by the ultra steady video recording option. It shoots super stable footage. Overall, the Find X2 Pro's rear camera setup seems to be performing well compared to the S20 Ultra and the OnePlus 8 Pro. With the Find X2 Pro specs, Oppo pulls out all the stops. You get the most powerful Android processor today, the Snapdragon 865, coupled with 12GB of speedy LPDDR5 RAM. As for the storage, you get 256/512GB of UFS 3.0 storage. The benchmarks are up there with the best in the business. In fact, the Find X2 Pro is in touching distance of our chart topper, the iQOO 3 in our Antutu benchmarks. So yeah, there's very little separating these Snapdragon 865 phones now. Hardware on these flagships has been completely homogenized. Daily performance is also phenomenal, and I doubt you will face a stutter or lag in animation for the next 3 years with this phone. However, when I used the OnePlus 8 Pro alongside the Find X2 Pro, I realized that OnePlus has optimized the software and the animations to an extent that matching its smoothness is going to be an uphill task for other brands. Don't get me wrong, the Find X2 Pro is as fast as the OnePlus 8 Pro, but maybe not as smooth. Now, I don't have to say this, gaming is also a great experience on the Find X2 Pro. As for the speakers, they get loud, but not as loud or full as the OnePlus 8 Pro, iPhone 11, Mi 10 or the Samsung Galaxy S20 series. Earphone experience on Bluetooth and wired is great too, but it doesn't beat the Mi 10, which remains the best flagship for audio performance. Now, one advantage or disadvantage, whichever way you look at it, of using a Snapdragon 865 inside a smartphone is the fact that you get 5G support with the Oppo Find X2 Pro as well. Obviously, 5G is a long way away and looks like it's not going to happen anytime soon in India, but it's there for what it's worth. The Find X2 Pro has a fairly large 4260 mAh battery, which is smaller than the unit inside the OnePlus 8 Pro. However, Oppo has split the battery inside into two separate units. This is to ensure that it can achieve the crazy fast charging speeds of SuperVOOC 2.0 65-watt charging tech. It is rated to charge from 0 to 100 in 38 minutes. I got 49 minutes in my testing. I did the charging test at least 4 times to ensure that I wasn't doing something wrong. However, that could also be because we got a global unit with a global charging adapter. The 3-pin plug might not be drawing enough power or something. That's the only variable I can think of. Regardless, the charging speeds are phenomenal. My only concern is that you don't get wireless charging because Oppo is actually using ceramic and leather instead of glass. Oppo should have actually thought of a glass phone with a wireless charging option. I think that would have been better. So the Oppo Find X2 Pro is a home run by the company. It binds together all the R&D efforts that Oppo has been put into smartphone manufacturing over the years, which includes the periscope zoom lens, and makes a flagship smartphone that is completely a delight to use. I could see myself using this phone as my primary device, except for the fact that it lacks wireless charging. Now that is a bit of a letdown in this price range. The other inconveniences are completely minor and inconsequential in the whole scheme of things. So therefore, the Find X2 Pro is possibly one of the best phones out there. Unfortunately, at the time of recording this video, I don't have a handle on the pricing, but I expect it to be priced around the 70 to 80,000 price range. Anything higher and it might be tough to make an impact for the Oppo Find X2 Pro, and anything lower and this could be the sure shot success that Oppo was hoping for. Unfortunately, at the time of recording this video, I don't don't have a handle on the pricing. It should be somewhere around the 70 to 80,000 price range if you ask me. Now if it's priced anywhere higher than that, then the Oppo Find X2 Pro might not have that much of an impact. But if it's priced lower than that, then this could be the sure shot success that Oppo was hoping for. Anyway, what I'll do is when the price is announced, I will definitely comment below about my thoughts, and I'll pin the comment so that you can hear about what I think about the actual pricing of the phone. Now, regardless of the pricing, I think that there are two phones that the Oppo Find X2 Pro has to stave off competition from, and that is the OnePlus 8 Pro and the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra. Let's just take a holistic look at how the Oppo Find X2 Pro compares against those two. The OnePlus 8 Pro will definitely be the more affordable option compared to the Find X2 Pro when the price comes out. The Find X2 Pro and the OnePlus 8 Pro are neck to neck in terms of display performance and battery life. What separates them is the software experience, the camera performance, and the design. By design, I mean the functional aspect of it, which is not subjective. So you lose out on the wireless charging feature in the Find X2 Pro, which is a letdown for sure. Software-wise, OxygenOS is undoubtedly more polished and clean, and when it comes to cameras, the Find X2 Pro takes a definitive lead in low light performance and telephoto. And good periscope telephoto camera setups don't come cheap. So you can pick the Find X2 Pro over the OnePlus 8 Pro if you want a better set of cameras. Else, for the price difference, the OnePlus 8 Pro is a solid deal. Now, unlike the OnePlus 8 Pro, the Find X2 Pro is likely going to be cheaper than the S20 Ultra. The Find X2 Pro has a better display, more convenient in-hand feel, surprisingly better cameras for many scenarios, better battery life, and superior performance, especially when compared to the Exynos variant of the S20 Ultra. Although the S20 Ultra makes up for those issues with excellent brand value and superior software performance, objectively Find X2 Pro is the better deal. But will the audience be convinced to buy an Oppo flagship over a Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra is the $1 million question, which I possibly cannot answer.